tail gunner here on East Fork Quinault River, heading up to Enchanted Valley. And you can tell I'm not holding the phone today, so got someone with me. I will introduce him when we get up to Pony Bridge. But first hike of the season, doing low miles, but going to be in there here for 5 days. Eventually hit the Enchanted Valley and Enchanted Valley chalet on tomorrow. All right, so we'll see you on down the trail. All right, here we are, trailhead to East Fork Quinault, going up to Pony Bridge in 2.5 for a little snack. O'Neill, where we'll spend the night, and then Enchanted Valley, where we'll hit tomorrow. And spanning to the left, this fine gentleman over here is my son, Eagle Scout. All right, first bridge. Try not to drop the phone into the creek here. First mile of this trail is an old roadbed, fairly a little bit of climb, but it's wide, easy trail to follow. In just a bit, we're going to come to the end of the old road, and then we'll start a downhill section taking us down to the river and Pony Bridge. Once you crest the final hill, which is a good mile, maybe 1.5 miles in, you start coming downhill, and then we're going to drop real quick on down to Pony Bridge. We're coming down the final stretch here toward Pony Bridge. Off here to the side, you can see the East Fork Quinault River flowing there. Some pools are virtually impossible for humans to get to. Come around the trail here. We'll just step to the side to do something. All right. Pony Bridge. I have no idea why it's called Pony Bridge, but it's Pony Bridge. There are campsites off to the side here. You can tell getting water would be a little bit of a challenge, but they're so right here to the left, there are a few campsites. I have an authority of several Boy Scouts honor that if you go down that way, you can safely reach the water and return. Right, report is another challenge. Can't go over it, can't go under it. Looks like we're going to have to go through it. Come take the camera. Oh, loveliness, loveliness.
Dad, stop. You're gonna break your pack. Right. Go lower, because at this point you're touching the branch above you. And now just go through. All right.
Fire Creek.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah. We're debating where we're going to camp, but I don't think it's going to be here. But we may not make it to O'Neill tonight, which is perfectly fine. Neil's another 3 up. But I'm going to have to put this camera away. Alright, tail gunner here. Evening of our first day. My son and I are at Undisclosed Location. Sun is setting. We are not at O'Neill Creek. We are a little bit short of that. We made a decision to leave the trail, just come across to the river, which is directly behind me here. And in doing so, we found this nice fire pit here already made for us. So we were sitting up having dinner here, having a fire a little bit later. This is our kitchen eating area. I'm going to spin the camera around, and off in the distance there you can see where we have set up the tent. So we'll be camping about 50 feet away from our kitchen area. So we're a little short, but we got the social distancing thing down. We're about 100 feet or so off the trail here. I don't think we're visible from the trail. So we got river, fresh water right behind us. We have plenty of places to dig a cat hole. And so tonight, this is our spot. We got a late start. We're taking a lot of pictures. So we decided that we're in no hurry. We got a permit for 5 days, and we are going to make the most of it. Good morning. We're still at the edge of our stealth spot. The Olympics is a great place for life. Unfortunately, it is nature. Nature can be cruel. It is a place of death as well. All right, the assessment is Gnarly. Number 5. He thinks that's the way to go. There's that option. Can't go to the right. You got this even 6-foot diameter thing on the right. Looks like the consent could go back up that way.
Yeah, just follow me.
I'm still filming him. We'll let him go first.
Well, the trail's right here.
Trail's right there. Okay, that's another good reason to go. All right. I'm going to shut this off and grab both hands and follow. All right. Good morning. The fun never ends. I'm not even filming every single tree that we come down. I've gone through 2 others before, since the last one I showed you. But, yeah. We give special thanks to the trail crew who will eventually take care of this. But it is early April. They've not been out here yet. So we get to have all the fun. All right. Other hikers have informed us there's an elk ahead. It may be injured. Will has just called out to me. He's ahead of me. I believe he's encountered the elk. So you say he's just ahead?
Yeah, he's just around the corner.
Just around the corner, and he's already billed. So yeah. What could go wrong? What's the worst that could happen?
He's like right off the trail.
He's oh.
like his face can hit you.
Uh-oh. We may have to detour off the trail if he's on the trail and
he's not on the trail.
Not a happy elk.
Well, he just sounds like he's asking.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a veterinarian.
Exactly. We can't help him.
There he is. I see him. And he is awfully close to the trail.
Yeah, but I think... Oh, I see him. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, let's...
Well, the issue is he's stuck. He's not going to get out. Like, we...
I'm just trying to see what...
Well, the other way is through the branches and, like, all... Oh,
yeah,
all that.
I'll turn off the phone here while we figure this out. I'm going to see if there's an alternate route or whether we have to get past dangerously close to him. What's the name of this creek?
No name.
No name what?
No Name Creek.
I know it's the creek. What's the name of the creek?
No Name Creek.
The creek this big should be named on the map.
No Name Creek.
I give up. Let's go ahead and cross it.
Alright.
Right. Not all creeks out here have bridges over them. Sometimes you have to choose between rock hopping or getting your feet wet. So let's see how this goes. Alright, we're across. My socks are still dry. I didn't drop the phone. This is a success. Once past the creeks and the collection of downed trees, the trail then opened up a little bit and had fewer obstructions, and we headed on down and slowly began climbing toward the O'Neill Creek cutoff. The O'Neill Creek cutoff is a spur about 1/8 mile long back down to the river where there's about a half dozen sites, nice bare wire, and most importantly, the only pit toilet between the trailhead and Enchanted Valley. After leaving O'Neill, we again had some open areas, gentle climbing, and eventually getting up to Pyrites Creek where we had a long lunch, discussing plans for later in the day. And there is plenty of camping here. There's a bare wire here. Unfortunately, there is no toilet here. I don't know how that worked out. Anyway, past Pyrites Creek, we then had some foresting walk and encountered the first snow as a sign of things to come. Also, we got up to Lamanta Creek, which is not a reliable water source. Enchanted Valley, East Fork of the Quinault River, Olympic National Park. Today is April 16th, 2021, which explains the remaining snow on the ground. Yesterday, groups coming out told us they saw several bears on the far side of the river. However, while my son and I have been in the valley, we've not seen any of them. During this time in the spring, this valley also has another nickname, called the Valley of a Thousand Waterfalls. My son is working on a slideshow which will follow this clip. However, right now, the GoPro, which we thought was fully charged, is about ready to die. The first sign of Enchanted Valley's grandeur is just over 12 miles from the trailhead when the north wall first comes into view. Another half mile past that, you come to the gate into Enchanted Valley. Not sure why there's a gate here, but there is, along with a sign asking you to close the gate behind you. Quarter mile past the gate, you come to Enchanted Valley Bridge over the Quinault River. Don't look down, it's about 20 feet to the water. Taking a sharp left after the bridge, you then look up 3 mile long valley, about a half mile wide. Coming along the trail into the valley proper, you soon come to the chalet. Soon comes into view. Chalet is well documented other places. I'm not going to go into any details on it here. But at this point, I'm going to be quiet and let you enjoy my son's waterfall and valley floor pictures. And I'll jump back on in case anything exciting happens. Alright, we're not seeing threat obviously, but it's coming down over there. I'm going to turn this sideways to get a better view of the Avalanche. It's petering out now. It was a more spectacular earlier. This is about at least the third avalanche. And of course you got the waterfalls going non-stop.
Did you see the bear or the elk?
The dead elk?
Yeah.
He was alive when we last passed him, coming in, and now he's dead, I hear.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, tailgunner voiceover here. We stayed in Enchanted Valley until about 2 p.m. the next day, at which point all of our battery on cameras were dead. headed down to lower elevation to find warmer camping. Went past Pyrites Creek. We didn't have enough time that day to reach O'Neill, so we again looked for another stealth spot along the river. Coming up, you can see our Garmin data starting at the 15,000 foot overview, which shows our entire trip, and then dropping down in steps, cutting the overview to about half each step down until you eventually get down to coming up to Google Earth here, where we start zeroing in on the gravel bar and showing our deviation from the main trail down to the gravel bar. And here we are at our stealth site gravel bar. This was actually shot the next morning, which explains why everything is spread out all over the place. Tent was down there, and as we swing around looking upriver, you can see where the berry canister is, and that was our cooking and eating area up there. Exiting the stealth site on the gravel bar, we headed back up the creek and gentle hillside to where we had finally encountered the trail again. Headed on down the trail and soon came back to No Name Creek, which I finally learned the name of. After passing No Name Creek, we had some nice gentle rolling trail. We did have all the trees previously seen that we had to go back through, but at least we knew how to get through them. Eventually we came on down and hit Fire Creek again, and past Fire Creek we eventually got to the overlook looking down toward Pony Bridge. All right, that concludes our trip up East Fork Quinault River to Enchanted Valley. We are on the final mile walk out downhill, fortunately, back to the car. My son has taken off ahead of me, used the facilities at the trailhead. So once I get this video up, there may not be any more videos for a month or two on this channel, but there will be future videos this summer, most likely in the Olympics, but my sister and I have talked to another possibility. So subscribe, stay tuned, and be safe. I'm now coming up on getting scheduled vaccine, at least 2021 here, and at that point I will probably lose my COVID quarantine beard.
All
right. Hey, well, so we're going in Enchanted Valley. This is an area with a high bear population, so we gotta take some precautions. You get charged by a bear or anything, make yourself big, wave your arms, yell at it, and if it keeps coming, you got the bear spray here. Stay down, so it's one hand. You click the thing off, give it a 2-second warning, back up. If it comes through this thing, you empty the other 5 seconds into it at point blank range. So, what is your bear plan?
Well, I can run faster than you, Dad.
All right, till the next video, see everyone.